to kind of crash course you. I was thinking about this on the way home, how I learned. I was motivated and dedicated to the task. And you will be able to do all of this.
If I got good at lucid dreaming, because I already have it happen sometimes, but I never know how to control it. I feel like if I had that upper hand, maybe it could help me when I'm having when I'm really stressed out during the sleep process.
Dynamics in the dreamscape are almost exactly like they are in the waking reality. It's just that the time element in the dream state is somewhat changed, if not altogether removed. That's why things can happen instantly. Well, the first thing that I want to start with, I was telling you about the reality check.
Yeah.
Throughout the day, with whatever you're doing, look for cues that will tip you off that maybe it's a dream. And if you do this while you're awake, you're performing kind of a setup that's going to develop a habit that's going to carry over into your sleeping life. Anything in print, just get in the habit of always looking away and then looking back and seeing if it still says that. If you have a clock in your, like a wall clock or anything that's got the time on it, you look away and keep checking the time. And if it's a minute later and it should be, then that's good. If it's like, wow, the clock is really messed up because a minute ago it said 5 minutes to 4 and now it's 1:30. I think something's amiss here. Get a notebook. The most important part is developing recall. When you wake up from a dream, try not to move and just think for a minute, what was I just dreaming? Write as much as you can remember and get as detailed as you possibly can, because a month from now,
I read through the dreams I'd written down on my phone like a week ago, and there's already things I don't remember. And I know it meant something to me because it's not really very well written English. It's like Ilana code.
Right.
So I know that it means something to me, but I'm not sure what it means. But then there was a bunch of stuff that reading it made me remember.
You know that until you develop a log of, many of these dreams, and you look back and you'll see a pattern, and you'll see that some of those things are really important. They're little subtext to things that are obviously important to a deeper part of your psyche, and that's what comes alive in the dream state.
There's definitely things that I would not like to admit that I am worried about.
Right.
Like, it's a nightmare for me during the dream, but if someone was to ask me, are you afraid of that happening? I'd be like, no, I don't care. But in reading the dreams and how scared I was because that was happening, I know that for some reason that does matter to me.
Right.
And it's things that I feel like I kind of know anyway, but I just don't like to think about because I don't want it to be that way.
You don't want it to be important.
I don't want it to be important. I don't want it to matter.
Oh, want to hear my development?
Yeah.
Or should I wait until we're on camera? I guess technically I'm on camera right now. Okay, well,
although I have not yet realized I was dreaming in a dream, I was lying in bed and I remembered all my dreams. And I was dreaming and I was like, okay, I need to write this down in the notebook. And I'm thinking, my notebook's not here. What can I do? I'll write it down on my phone. And I started writing stuff down on my phone. In the morning, I checked my phone and there was nothing there. And I realized that I had dreamed about writing down my dreams. I knew something about my dream movie while I was sleeping, that I'm making a movie about dreams, which I think is good because if I'm like, oh, my dream movie about dreams, do reality checks. That's the next,
So that's actually pretty good that you're seeing not exactly the habits that you want to carry
exactly,
in there, but you are seeing the dynamics that I was explaining, that they do translate. You bring them with you, and that's a good thing. That's progress. What's the deadline for you to have?
I'm hoping that in these next 2 weeks, if I could have a lucid dream,
yeah,
that
I
would
think
be.
You can. I think that's enough time. I really do.
Is there anything I can do you think, to get the ball moving?
Don't get discouraged, though. I just want to urge you, do not get discouraged. I know you will anyway, because that's natural.
It's not that I'm discouraged. I'm just anxious. Because while I really want this for me, but I also, like, now because of my movie, I have, like, this weird deadline. And I really want both this to happen for me, but also I want to make a good movie, and this would obviously make for a better movie if I could start lucid dreaming.
Sure.
Just stay the course, stay on track, and every night when you're going to sleep, look forward to it. Ilana, are you dreaming?
Steven, you have to call me back. I did it. It happened. I had the craziest, it was such a weird dream nightmare last night too, but I woke up really fast because, I was excited and it was weird, but I told you did it. So please call me back. Bye.
Okay, so I just did it. I was having the craziest dream. Let's see where it started. This, like, super sketch guy stole my car. And here I described him as a greasy, muscular, nasty fuck. Evil. If I tried to fight him, he would, like, kill me or something. So I'm frantically running around searching, and I run outside back to, like, the junkyard area and see him. He spots me that I'm out there looking, and he's like, oh, like, well, you think you're just gonna walk out here and find your car. My cousin tells me next to me, kind of mumbles something, and all I hear is, like, control thing. And I'm like, what? He goes, no, she's right. It is a control thing. He looks at me and he goes, you see, in this reality, and that was the beginning of his speech, and as he kept talking, I'm like, that speech is part of the clip that I was editing, I was working on yesterday, that Steven said in the movie, and I hear that, and I'm like, reality? This is no reality. And I do something to change it, and jump up, and I jump kick this guy in slow-mo, like 70s, 60s rock music starts playing, and everything's kind of swirling. And then I woke up, still kind of pissed about it, and then I realized I stopped it, and I can't wait to tell Steven. Oh, man, that was crazy.
Ilana, one moment, please.
Steven!
Now I can hear you.
Steven!
So, tell me.
It happened! Okay.
Well,
So I had, like, this super elaborate dream this morning.
what was the trigger mechanism? Was it the word reality, or that part of the discussion that cued you to say?
It was the fact that he said, you see, in this reality, and last night I had been editing my movie, and you say that. You're talking about one of the realities.
This is good. All right. I was hoping this would happen towards the end of your project, so yay, we got it in. And hopefully you'll have more.
Been thinking about how you were saying not to get discouraged and about the subconscious, and I'm just going to keep being optimistic and going with it.
Maybe it could help me when I'm having, like, when I'm really stressed out during sleep paralysis.
Instead of waking up feeling, like, mortified and kind of powerless, I could wake up maybe feeling empowered, maybe at least amused.
Absolutely. Next question.
So I guess it's more, through the experience and the journey is, like, that's where you learn the valuable information, and then hopefully you just kind of come to an acceptance where you're not scared and you can enjoy your dreams, or enjoy the...
Well, you still get scared. I do. Sometimes
Okay.
some terrifying things happen in a dream, but I don't ever question, like, well, why didn't I try to become lucid? I intentionally made a choice to just kind of let go of it for a while. It wasn't like I was done with it. I said, for a while, I'm going to float on my back, downstream, seeing only the sky. I can hear the waterfall, but I'm not going to worry about it. I'm just going to let go. I'm not going to grab onto the side. I'm just going to let it happen, whatever's going to happen, because something inside, deep inside, learned that there's something to be gained from that. I need to be frightened about something in the dream. I don't want to always stand up and put on the director's cap and say, no, you over there, let's turn this thing around. Let's have sunshine instead of a storm. you'll experiment with that kind of stuff, and it'll be quite entertaining. And sometimes I think a lot of the dreams that I have, I can't categorize them as anything else but just entertainment. They're not always really deep, meaningful. Sometimes I read them and I just laugh and I think, wow, what an imagination. I came up with that. Sometimes it's just for entertainment.
I definitely think that about myself all the time.
To see whether or not I was dreaming while I was awake, I would realize that I was not dreaming. But not because I analyzed the world around me and decided my reality is normal. It's not. It's weird. I'm weird. Sometimes I think weird things. Sometimes I can rationalize or explain something weird that I'm perceiving with coincidence and what scenarios, but sometimes I think, what are the odds? I'm not buying it. Can everything be explained? I think that maybe we can share one reality, the actual reality. We each perceive things in a different way. It's almost like we can never all exist in the same reality, even though we all do. I mean, math and science make sense and prove certain things to be sure. I like math. It's so easy, just follow the rules and plug and show it to the right answer. I was referring to writing when you must work to form ideas and sell them, and everyone does this in different ways. There's not one reality for writing. Every writer opens up a new world, a new reality. And the parts we pick up and understand and relate to help us share certain aspects, all depending on how well that person can convey an idea with words and examples others can understand and relate to. Emotions and senses say, how do we know we're all calling the same color red? I always wonder that. There's endless realities, and they're all just as real as the root of the word because each one exists, even if it's just in one person's mind.